Hey there guys, it's Gevera22 again with more in-depth info on LittleBigPlanet 2's Create mode. Once again, I want to give a big thanks to Tom Molecule over at Media Molecule for sitting down with me at E3 as I grilled the heck out of him with a ton of questions. Alright, and in this video, we will be talking about Power Gloves, the Creatinator, and the cutscene camera. So the Power Glove is a new power-up in LittleBigPlanet 2 that allows players to grab grabbable materials. Once the player picks up the materials with the Power Glove, they are able to run and throw these objects right over their heads. It's pretty crazy. Once you've picked up one of these materials with the Power Gloves, you can also change layers with them as well. But like most power-ups, it also has limitations. Players cannot grab ungrabbable materials, such as metals, and you cannot pick up and throw sackbots or other sackboys. Mind you, nothing is final as of yet, so things may change in a future build. Alright, so the next power-up that we're going to be talking about is the new Creatinator. Think of the Metal Gear Solid Paintinator, but instead of shooting just paintballs, you can pretty much emit any captured object. So the Creatinator is basically a handheld emitter. As you can see here, Tom has it set to shoot out a ton of cows instead of paint. Just think about all the crazy types of things you can emit out of the Creatinator. Buses, plants, even score bubbles, whatever. That'd make a pretty interesting high score minigame now, wouldn't it? When you pull up the Creatinator's poppet, you'll be able to see options similar to LBP1's emitters, but with a couple additions. For example, you will be able to change the visuals of how objects are emitted and destroyed from the Creatinator. And it should pretty much apply to the emitters as well in LittleBigPlanet 2. Now Tom's got himself some exploding cows. Another new addition is when you can also choose whether or not the player can or cannot drop a power-up. This is pretty much good for full-on run and gun levels, or you just don't want the player to release their, power-up. This feature pretty much applies to all the power-ups in LittleBigPlanet 2, so if you don't want them to lose your Power Gloves as well, that's up to you. Another new thing that has been added to the objects that you can emit are the bullets. As you can see, all it does say is water, but there are actually 4 different types as of now. From what we demoed, we had fire, paint, as you can see, actually you'll see the fire right now. There was also slime, and there was also a plasma type projectile as well. If I remember correctly, the plasma balls, they actually just shot out. They weren't affected by gravity, whereas the slime did have an arcing effect. The next bit we'll go over are the updated camera controls and the cutscene cameras. We didn't get too deep into the regular camera controls, but you can actually change the pitch of the cameras, making them rotate right or rotate left. Over here, we are actually going to talk a little bit more about the cutscene camera. The cutscene camera is a new camera or a new addition in LittleBigPlanet 2, which will allow creators to have a little more cinematic freedom and creativity when trying to make cutscenes. The following options allow different types of transitions to happen, whether or not you want it to slash, if you want it to roll like the original LittleBigPlanet when you would connect cameras together, or you can actually change the screen shake. You can also change the focus of the camera by you can have disabled controllers so players can't do anything at all. You can change the flatness so it looks like you're taking a look at the flat version in Create mode, and you can also change the depth of field as well. You can also make your cutscenes non-skippable, and you can also fade the audio as well during a cutscene. We still don't know the details on voice recording, but I'm sure we'll be able to find out really soon. And up next, here is an example of actually rolling the camera all the way around. So you're like upside down, so on and so forth. It's pretty cool. Here, we are actually going to get another cutscene camera and link the 2 cameras together. As you can see right on the side, there is a little dot. That dot is basically like the wire that you would find on a magnetic key. And once you grab that dot, you can actually link each cutscene camera together. So that's pretty much it for this edition of an in-depth look at LittleBigPlanet 2 with Gevera22. Hope you guys learned a little bit more information, and I will get back to you as soon as I can with more. Alright, thanks for watching, guys.